should you, Das Steakhouse?
Princess and the Bear, today we are in Epic Universe. I don't know if you can tell, hiding out in Dark Universe because the sun is just too much for me and it's time to go to, the princess said.
Das Steakhouse.
Yes, we're trying to get staked vampire style, and as your number one choice of foodie infotainment, we're here to investigate what foods they have, so you don't have to, because remember, she's vegan. I'm not. If I lose her in the fog, she's just lost.
It's time to foodie and chill. Here we have a gorgeous stuffed cabbage. It is giving me cabbage vibes of Topolino's, which currently has a stuffed cabbage with Impossible. This is also a stuffed cabbage with Impossible, and some beautiful nudes and lots of shrooms. I don't know how I feel about that, but you can see the inside. It's very Impossible full. I guess I'm gonna try it by itself first, and then I'll try it with the nudes. The Impossible is not I feel like it needs to be sauteed ahead of time. It's very soft. It doesn't really fit that well. The cabbage leaf tastes more like a grape leaf, so it has a lot of flavor. I like the tomato sauce. That's really nice. I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 stuffed cabbages, but I want to try it with these noodles. So let me just grab a piece of this with the noodles. And I'm not getting any mushroom because I'm not about that mushroom life. But I feel like when you do it this way, you're kind of getting like a bolognese style pasta. Cheers. I do think the stuffed cabbage piece is better than the noodles themselves. The noodles are really soft and kind of a little overcooked. With the stuffed cabbage, it does give you kind of like a bolognese vibe, and it's super tasty. The noodles don't really add anything to it, just the texture is just not there for me. I would give this overall like a 3.75 out of 5 stuffed cabbages. It's cool, it's nice, I love this atmosphere, but the dish itself, it needs a little more. I'm sure it'll taste better when I add some pocket parm to it, but for now it just tastes a little bland.
For those of you who are texture adverse, we do our best to mention textures that we feel would be weird or competing, that would just send that weird chill down your spine. It's you know what? I can't eat this. Now, we aren't texture adverse people for the most part, so if there's something else that you guys want pointed out when we eat this food, we're in this together. So there's something else that you don't like, maybe do I need to mention something's rubbery or not rubbery or too soft, too hard? Let us know. We will try to include that because, again, we're doing this for you guys as well as we like to eat. But already I'm worried about this because cabbage and then Impossible meat, and you have noodles and then mushrooms and just poking it feel rubbery, and I'm concerned. But I'm gonna copy the princess here. I'm just gonna take this Impossible and the cabbage first. Maybe. At least they give you real silverware, not plastic silverware. The Impossible is impossible. It feels like standard Impossible. It's heated and then wrapped in cabbage. No extra zhuzhing, no je ne sais quoi, no blood of the vampire. It's just Impossible meat. Interesting. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to give that on its own 2.5 out of 5 o'clock because it is painfully average. I feel like a vampire would be bored with that. But let's go all in. We're going to cut another piece of cabbage all the way through this time. I like these blacked out knives though. Maybe I want to set for the house. Get some of the cabbage. Get a dirt room in here because the princess hates those anyway. A couple of these nudes back here. I mean, it looked ugly, but it smelled good. Here's the thing. The flavor profile, I feel, has potential. Cabbage mushroom noodles, in theory, sound fine. The tomato-based sauce sort of works, but they all just feel like they came to work hungover. So they're just not given what they could give. I think there's a potential in this dish, but right now, it's literally like giving you the bare minimum. There's just something about the texture gradient going from like the wet cabbage, the pasta meat, to the mushrooms, which are like sauteed, but they're rubbery. They're just, given that the flavor isn't punchy and the texture weirdness, you know how you bite into something and it's like just not a vibe? That's what I'm feeling. Like, can I eat it? Yes. It doesn't taste bad. It just doesn't taste great. But like, when I have other food to eat, why would I bother? Kind of one of those things. As it is, we're giving it a 2.25 out of 5 claws. I'm disappointed because I had hopes for this. Now they're dashed upon oh so many rocks. Here we have the Forager Salad, which basically feels like they foraged outside of Darkmoor somewhere in the brush, picked up everything they could, and then dumped it on the plate. Somewhere they got blue cheese. Apparently there's a cow around here somewhere, and they were able to ferment this cheesiness. But you have blue cheese, mushrooms, there's acorn squash in here, beets with a blueberry dressing, which you can see if you go more towards the bottom, you get the rooms is covered in the dressing.
And you can add meat.
You can add meats. You can get it vegetarian as it is, but I got a rep for the vegetarian, so I got this one for you guys. But there's a lot going on in this salad. It's tangy but sweet. The tang in the funk comes from blue cheese and maybe the beets. It's like marinated beets. Blueberry dressing is very sweet. My initial thought in that first bite was like eating candy. So it is one of those like sweet and tangy salads. I'd say more sweet than tangy. It's an interesting salad. I definitely feel like it's an entree portion, like it would fill you up. I don't hate it, but I would recommend you come here just for this. 3 out of 5 claws. Steakhouse, what are you doing to your staff? So much, sir, that they would steak the fish. It's not a vampire. I don't think we have vampire fish, do we? If so, I'm gonna need somebody to tell me, because this, while cute, you just gave me a whip and a home of vampires. That's not a great idea. But you have a blackened salmon that was served on a steak, small steak. You have some charred green onion mash, acorn, squash, and some mushrooms, all sauteed and grilled. We're gonna go in the fish by itself first. There's one thing I like, it's a good salmon. And blackened, you know, that fills up my alley. They will tell you that when somebody says, I mean no disrespect, that everything after that is clearly BS. With respect, it's good salmon for quick service. I'm not expecting to fly around the room. I haven't been bitten, nor do I have superpowers, but it's a serviceable blackened salmon. It's leaning towards a little bit too dry, but not quite there. Because like the mash, it would probably be fine. I would give it a 3 out of 5 claws. Then we have the side of the veggies with the mash, charred green onion mash, which is good because I can have green onions. You have this little single mushroom. It says mushrooms. They gave you a single mushroom, and then like everything here is served with acorn squash. Is it just in season, or is acorn squash the thing that gives people the spookies? I'm not quite sure. And we had a little piece of fish to put on top of that. Just gonna go all in. Honestly, the veggies are given a little sweet, especially when you add in the acorn squash. They're charred and roasted well. The charred green onion mash is nice and smooth, not too like overly buttery. It goes well with salmon. It's a serviceable dish, especially if you're looking for like a lighter fare. They do also have a chicken on a stick, served similar way with similar fixings. And then they have like a steak and bits, which is just like bits of steak with sort of the same stuff. I don't love steak, and well, chicken I can get anywhere. I'm in Darkmoor, for heaven's sakes. So I got the fish. All of a sudden I'm questioning where they fished the fish from. And universe, that is. Either way, it's a serviceable plate. It's 3 out of 5 claws. You get it and you won't leave hungry. You just probably won't remember what you ate tomorrow. And this beautiful looking plate is the Darkmoor wings. You have a fried and breaded chicken wing dusted with a Thai chili powder and then a soy garlic sauce. Then I got this little pimento cheese cornbread skull and then familiar slaw. I'm not sure what's familiar about it. Is he my assistant or do I know him? Either way, I have it. I decided to go for the chicken wings, even though I'm not usually the biggest fan of fried chicken wings because, well, people like their fried chicken, especially when it's sauced. So why not? Let's go ahead and take a bite. This boy, I wish the sauce had been on the side because it feels a little messy. I feel as if the spicy chili powder, Thai chili powder, got chili and went home. It is a little cool in here, but that is not spicy. That's almost negative spice. I don't love the breading on the fried chicken, mainly because my one issue I usually have with like a breaded fried chicken is the breading's not seasoned, it's just fried bits. So it's like, it's fried, and on its own, it's given nothing. I thought the powder would help with that, but since I taste none of it, all I get is the chili, the soy chilies garlic sauce, which is great. That's tasty. The sauce is great, but like the rest of it, I'm like, well, I'd rather just have the sauce and not have to eat the bland chicken wing. The chicken itself, once you get towards the center, it is a little dry, and I hate dry chicken. That is not a vibe. I give that 2 out of 5. This interesting little boy here is giving us vibes, really, of the pizza skull from Halloween Horror Nights. It looks like it uses the exact same mold, but this is cornbread. Now, pimento cheese cornbread, which makes me think, is it like pimento cheese cooked in the batter? Or is it like a pimento cheese center? Am I expecting some sort of pimento cheese surprise in the middle of this? No, we are not surprised. It looks to be just... You can see bits of pimento cheese in there. So, no cheese in it, like a sauce, but like pimento cheese cooked into the actual cornbread. Which, in my mind, is probably better construction-wise. Those of you who have been lucky enough to watch me try cornbread on this channel know that I have an affinity for cornbread. And my bar is the princess's cornbread, not because I value my life, but because I actually prefer her cornbread over basically anybody else's. That's my family's cornbread. That is Whispering Canyon and Disney World's cornbread. That is, that's the bar to which everybody else is to measure up to. That cornbread, it's a little on the dry side. It's given dry. I get a little bit of pimento spice, which is great. It's a little overcooked, I think. Too crusty on the outside, and then it dries out towards the center, which is why maybe not so moist. It has potential. Probably more potential than chicken wings have. I wish they just sold the skull by itself. They would probably sell a lot of those. I would give that 3.75 out of 5 claws just because I believe over time, when they cooked it more after technical previews, that will actually get better. I have no hope for those wings. Like none. Guess I'm throwing shade at the wings now. You gave me dry chicken. I always said the next person gave me dry chicken was going to get shade. I don't care if you suck blood or not. Bad chicken is bad chicken. Here we have the familiar slaw. I think it's got rice puffs on top.
Yeah, those are the maggots.
Interesting, though. The rice maggots, which is similar to what they do to one of the desserts. That's a choice.
And the cabbage.
And, I mean, cabbage I expect in slaw. Why is it so dry? Is there no sauce in here?
No, I mean the stuffed cabbage.
Oh. Okay. That's not giving confidence. Ow. Sorry. sir. Careful with that puffed rice. Rice Krispie, that is not. That might send some of you to the dentist. That is not enjoyable biting into one of those. And what's already, it's just straight slaw. Not coleslaw. It's just slaw. It's literally just like a dry salad with puffed rice in it. That's 1 out of 5 claws. If we'd been outside, that would have got spit on a gravestone. I'm giving the whole plate a 2.5 out of 5 claws. Believe me when I tell you, especially in Dark Universe, you can do better. Here we have the Red Velvet Death. A red velvet beet heart cake in the shape of a coffin with puff rice and chocolate dirt. And then I guess there's a beet in here somewhere in the middle. It's a heart, but then the chocolate coffin and some sort of candy skull. Interesting. Let's just go cut into it from the side. Take a bite out of it that would make the Count himself proud. Maybe. Okay, I can see the color of both red velvet and beet in here. You have that chocolate skull, the puff rice. It's an interesting cross section for sure, but does it justify the flavor? Legitimately, if you avoid the puff rice, it's the best thing I've had here. Whether you believe that is relevant of a low rating or a high rating, this is at least good. This would be worth stopping in. Maybe only come for dessert. Get you a coffin. I think that's become a theme on this channel. Get you a coffin.
Yes.
4 out of 5 bucks. If that was my last meal, you can just steak me like these guys.
Of all of the restaurants that I have been excited for Epic, I have not shut up about Das Steakhouse since I heard about steaks on steaks. Even though I'm not ever going to eat a steak, I was excited about the presentation. This was such a letdown. I liked the tavern more. This was just terrible. I wish I could say that I liked it more, but there was really nothing about it that I liked outside of the atmosphere. And yeah, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, this makes me want to go take a very long nap in a very slim coffin. Obviously, right now the entire theme park is in technical rehearsals, so these things could change before the park opens here in a month. Obviously, if things improve, just like we do with anything else, we will give this place a second, third, or even a fourth chance to absolutely disappoint us. If you guys come here and you find something different, find us in the comments, let us know. Enough of you tell us, we will of course return. As of right now, I cannot recommend you come to this place unless you are dastardly hungry. But you may feel different, and if you do, as always, the comments is the place to find us. Hit the notification bell, you can see other videos like this, and
we have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we will see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, Bear will eat himself outside of Dark Universe and never return.
Back to the fall with me. But you heard the girl.
Dr. Jack Griffin, my name. No, I know nothing.
See nothing, know nothing.
Correct.
I'll do the same.